Guys, so I forgot to film before I went in, but I just went into a new thrift store and I absolutely love it. I made out like a bandit. I thought I was only gonna be able to find a couple of things here and there, but they are so loaded with like all things kitchen and all that cool household stuff that I like to look at. So I'm gonna show you what I got when I get home. So I just stopped by Zaxby's to get some lunch because I wanted more options. So I got salad, which is really good. I've never had it before. And on the way up here, I passed by a Salvation Army that looked really nice. So I think I'm gonna go check that out. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm home now. I'm gonna show you everything I got from both thrift stores. These are thrift stores I haven't been to before, so they were really great. The first one I'm gonna show you is from a community ministry thrift store, and it might be one of my new favorite shops to go to because the prices were so good and they had like every category of thing I could possibly want to look at, which was pretty cool. All kinds of kitchen stuff, tons of stainless steel, cast iron, name brand cookware, craft supplies, religious books and crafts and stuff. If you don't know, I teach like the preschool age kids at church, so it's really nice to be able to find that stuff secondhand. Anyway, let's get into it. First thing is they had a set of Ruggable rugs. This one is, let's see, 2 by 3 feet is what it says. And they're very, very soft. I don't know if you can see the texture really good. It's just like a woven texture. Very low pile so that like you can vacuum them, but really what you're supposed to do is wash them. So they still have the backing on them and stuff. There were 2 like these, but I only picked up one. This one was $10. If I can find the price of these new, I will put it on the screen. But these are really expensive if you've never looked into it before. I cannot afford a brand new Ruggable rug. These are dirty, but they don't stink, so I should just be able to wash them and get, you know, normal rug grossness off of them. And they might even brighten up a little bit, I don't know, but I'm not counting on it. Go with that one. I got the bigger size. Let's see. This one's supposed to be 5 by 3 feet. I got really excited and thought that this was a really wide runner, but 5 by 3 I think is more like for a, like it could probably fit into my small office. My office is about the size of a really big walk-in closet, so it is not that big. I already have a washable rug in there from like TJ Maxx or something, but it's a little bit too small and I might find another spot for it. Or I could put this in our book room. That's another thought. This one was $30, and you know what? I'm gonna unroll it with you to just make sure there's no stains or anything, you know? And that way I can really visualize how big it is. I'm not good at visualizing that stuff, so. But anyway, the one I have in my office, because it's a little bit small, whenever I move my office chair with wheels on it, even if I just move it a little tiny bit, it moves off of the rug, and then when I try to scoot it back on the rug, of course, it pulls the rug up and stuff, and I want it there to protect my floor. Okay, this is pretty big. It's pretty long. This is crazy. Okay, I don't see any weird stains on it or anything. And, of course, you know, I smelled them because a lot of people who buy Ruggable rugs buy them because they have pets or kids, you know, that kind of thing. Lots of messes that need to be where you can't just have a normal rug, which I much prefer washable rugs over regular rugs because the pile being low, it doesn't get raggedy looking. They stay newer looking for a long time. So anyway, so now I was really excited whenever I saw this. It is a Nordic ware bunt pan, and it is beautiful. I don't have one that looks like this. My husband bought me one years ago with a different design on it. I just love the designs that Nordic Wear comes out with these. It doesn't even look like it was really used. And I paid $8 for it. And these run about $30 each. So depending on what design you get. And I know the nonstick coating is not great for you. But in reality, I'm only making cakes with these maybe a couple times a year, so it's not really a big deal. It's not like I'm cooking with it every day. I was also really excited to find this, and if you see the price from here, you're gonna be like, what? You paid that for that? Yes, I did. This was a brand new Pampered Chef stoneware, like a pizza stone, never been used, clearly. It didn't come in the box or anything, but that's okay. I paid $30 for it, but I've never seen one like in this shape and size at a thrift store before, and I've never bought any Pampered Chef stuff new. I don't intend to. Taking my time, find enough of it at the thrift store that I feel like that's not necessary. So, especially because when I brought it up to the register, the lady ringing my stuff up said that she has a pan like this, and 20 years ago or something, she paid like $80 for it. So I felt like this was a good price. So now it might be between $80 and $120 or something like that. Who knows? And they had pizza stone racks that you could buy separately for like $1 each or $2 each, something like that. I tried both of them with this going this way, and they didn't fit. They were a little bit too small, so I'm gonna try the one that I have at home that goes with my round, like 13-inch pizza stone, see if it fits with this. We'll see. But what I wanted to use this for is rectangular pizzas. Like if I want to make a lot of pizza, I'm hosting or something like that, have a lot of people over, I can have a round pizza on my round stone, and then of course I make my own pizza dough sometimes, so I could stretch it out to fit the rectangular shape, and I thought that would be fun. I could also do like cookies and stuff like that, of course. So the next thing I have is this really pretty aged looking, I don't know if this is actually old or if somebody tried to make it look old, but to me it looks old. This just American flag. It was only $1. I thought it was really cute. I don't have any like this because most of the time thrift stores are just so expensive with it. I think I need to wash part of that because it looks like a part of the cobweb is in it. Kind of gross, but I like the aged look, and our couch is red, and we have like a country styled home because we have the faux wood paneling on some of our walls, so I think this will look nice. Memorial Day is coming up soon anyway, so I'm really excited about this, guys. So I have a story to tell you. Whenever I was younger, my parents let me get a puppy, and she was a corgi, and I named her Emmy, and she was my little doggy best friend, and earlier this year she passed away. I think she was like 13 or 14 years old, something like that, and she was such a good dog, and whenever I moved out, she stayed with my parents, and because she had such a strong connection with them, I like left her with them. And of course I'd still like see her whenever I visited my parents, or like if I was house sitting for them, I'd look after her, and she was the best dog. I know everybody has their favorite pet or whatever, but there's no words for how much I loved her. So I found this for $3. It is a like garden flag, and I think it's a little bit faded, but it has these adorable corgis on it. Did I say that she was a corgi? Yes, she was a corgi, and she looks like the big one, or bless her heart, she looked like the big one, the red and white corgi. But I thought this was so sweet, so adorable. I love stuff with corgis on it. It makes me happy. So yeah. And then, so this thrift store had a really great selection of religious books. Super happy about that. Sometimes it's hard to find like teaching material and stuff. So I found this, the Illustrated Everyday Bible Companion, and this is good for me. Well, at home personal use. My husband might want to look at it. I think this was only like $1 or $2, something like that. Their books were a very good price, and they had them all categorized. Even the kids' books, like they had them in magazine file holders for the children's books, and it would say like cars and vehicles, or outer space, or all these different themes. They had the children's books, and I thought that was pretty cool. So it's just got definitions of different things you'd find in the Bible, and then like tidbits about them and pictures, stuff like that. I found this Bible activity book. It looks old. By old, I mean like it looks like from whenever I was a kid or something, but it looked pretty new, and we're not going to do like the dot to dots and stuff like that, but some of them have like little coloring pages and like parts of scripture in them. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I can make copies of these pages and then let the kids use them. This is Bible Stories About Heroes with Faith. Thought that was cute. It has stories from the Bible, and then the main idea, and then it has like real world examples, that kind of thing, for how it could relate to the child in their life. Never seen anything like that before. All right, and then this is Manners in God's House. This also looks old, but I thought this was really sweet, because it's hard to illustrate to children like how you should behave in church, and of course nobody's perfect, and our church, you know, loves little kids running around. Like it's fine, honestly. If you have children and you're having difficulty with them like being well behaved at church, as long as you're trying, it's okay. I promise you. They won't be little for long, so you just soak it up, and it's better than them be at church than them be anywhere else, really. So, but it has just illustrations of listening, like a little boy fell asleep or something, you know, and it's a good, you know, kids can learn a whole lot easier whenever you show them pictures like this. So next I found, it says A Song of God's Love, Dear God, It's Me. This one looks a little beat up, and I guess this was the music CD. I don't really do anything with CDs anyway, so that's not a big deal, but it follows like an elephant. I thought this was really cute, and because it's a board book, the little ones can't tear it up as easy. So I'll probably read through all of that later. So everything else is from the Salvation Army thrift store, which was the nicest Salvation Army thrift store I've ever been in. In my area, more local Salvation Armies, which I still have to drive a ways to get to anyway, they're usually pretty small and pretty sad, and I feel bad about it, but I don't shop there often because they just don't have very much. In fact, one of my Salvation Armies that I used to go to regularly, they don't even have children's toys anymore. So yeah. So the total I spent at the first thrift store was $87 even. That's a lot. That's a lot. But at this next one, I only spent like $10. So, and then I quit and went home before I spent any more money. I got this Castle, the Siege Chronicles. I didn't know if my husband would be interested in this. It is for kids. It says $3 on the back, but they charged me 75 cents. So I don't know what was it, but it wasn't near the books either. It was in its own spot. There's a funky page. It's just a design on it. It goes through specific points in history. I mean, it's illustrated, but I don't know. For only a couple bucks, I thought he might want to look through it, and if he doesn't want to keep it, that's okay. He's really into history, by the way, so. Okay. So the next thing I got was the Spritz. So it's from Target, party section. There are these little felt garlands, and I think there might be 3 sets in here. They look like palm leaves to me, so I thought these would be fun. Obviously, Palm Sunday has passed, but you know, next year I can use these to decorate for Palm Sunday, something like that. And I like the felt garland over the paper garland just because I don't have to worry about it like crinkling up or getting stained or wet or anything like that. This was fun. This was only 99 cents. If you're a parent, you probably know what one of these things are, but this is for the church nursery, by the way. I do keep a basket of toys at my house for like my nephew and stuff like that. And you can lock it and unlock it so the balls in the middle don't come out. But what you do is you take it, and this little yellow handle thing is a magnet. Let me just slide this. And you can move and you match it to the right colors. Alright, I'm back. Our mail got delivered. Okay, so I showed you all of this. I'm trying to balance everything on the other side of the couch. The next thing I got, this was $2.99, and it's actually a pretty good weight, nice like gold brass basket. I thought this was really pretty. It's got nice room for the handles. These are bigger than the ones that Dollar Tree sells, so I'm not really sure where this would have came from, but I thought it was pretty cool. I'll probably use this in my office. I was just looking at the receipt to see what else they marked down. Yeah, they only charged me 75 cents for that book. Okay, so these look very much from the 90s. They're keychains that you can put a picture in or artwork in. Thought that would be fun for kids to do. Of course, the older classes can do it too or whatever. It was $1.99 for this whole set of them, and you just pop out the paper that's in there and put a picture, whatever you want in there. This is the last bag. The yellow tag clothing was 99 cents. I got this saddlebred button down for my husband, so this was 99 cents. So it's pretty plain. It's just like a light gray. There's no stain or anything on it like that, but I thought it was nice. It's really hard for me to find shirts for him, button downs, because he needs extra room in the shoulders and arms. He doesn't like to feel restricted, which makes sense, like who would? And then the last thing I got was another shirt for him. This one feels really soft. It's like a black and dark gray houndstooth, but it's very, like from here you probably cannot tell that it's houndstooth. I don't know if I can get it close enough, can I? Hopefully you can see the pattern there. This is a Roundtree and York one, and like I said, it's really soft, feels really nice. This one was 99 cents too. Alright y'all, that's everything. I hope y'all enjoyed hanging out with me, and it's been a while since I did a thrift trip, and most of that is because I'm trying to not go as frequently, just trying to be more responsible with what I bring into my home, that sort of thing. I feel like I lucked out and got a whole bunch of nice things, so I'll make sure to keep that in mind whenever I'm thinking about where I want to go next. I'll probably go back to those thrift stores, but I'm going to wait a while before I do. So I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.